Exciting day. Not only do we have the draft and looking to the future, but able to secure a player and person of Sylvia's caliber for the long term is a great thing for the organization. She's Defensive Player of the Year and only the second player in the history of the league last year to average a double-double, and just her as a person and what we can anchor the franchise around is wonderful.
Do you feel like you experienced some of the fruits of the draft already because of the trade to acquire Swin Cash?
Well, even Pokey being 5,000 miles away, she was still very, very active. Skype was our best friend, and we think our roster is very strong. And being able to turn the number 2 pick into multiple players and an extra pick, we're very excited about our roster and getting started with training camp. You always try to anchor your team in posts and point guards, and we think we have pretty good of both. And Sylvia is arguably the finest center, or one of the finest post players in the world. Obvious by being on the Olympic team, the national team, winning a gold medal, and being an all-star, here in this league. So all the things that she brings to the table on the floor makes everybody around her better. You have to double team Sylvia Fowles most of the time. If there's people around her that can catch and shoot or attack the basket on the backside, other bigs that can shoot the ball like we feel with ours, with Swin if she plays 4, or Ruth, and the other players with LaCoe can stretch defenses. So there's a lot of things you can do with Sylvia Fowles on the floor.
They have played probably together in different teams throughout their career. How do you see them blending in, Swin and Sylvia and the rest?
Again, Pokey's, in preparing this roster, has looked at the versatility of all the players in LaCoe Willingham and Swin, and the players that we brought back, the guards that are the core of our group, and Ruth Riley. Ruth Riley's a good high post passer and jump shooter, a smart basketball player. So there's a lot of things. You can go big with Sylvia and Ruth on the floor. You can go small and put Swin at the 4. Hopefully there's a lot of versatile things we can do.
Seems to be a consensus as to who the number 1 overall pick is going to be, but the rest of the draft seems to be pretty much up in the air. How do you look at it?
I look at this year's draft. A lot of people may consider it to be not as strong a draft as in other years, but I think it's a good draft. I think this year the beauty will be in the eye of the beholder. Each team has specific needs, and they can address those with a multitude of players. The fact of the matter is, with a 12-team league of 11 rostered players, every year it gets harder and harder to make a team, and veterans aren't giving up their jobs. So I think you can see some players that maybe somebody has at pick 8 or 9 go as high as 2 or 3. So I think there's a lot of versatility in the draft, and in the next couple of years we'll see how those players play out and how well they play.